this is Lieutenant Galloway with the Eufaula Fire and Rescue for the weekly reports. This will be from May 26th through June the 2nd. We've had a total of 36 calls today. We've had one emergency medical service incident. This required no transport of any patients. We've had 24 EMS calls, 3 vehicle accidents with injuries. All these accidents were minor, and they were transported to Medical Center Barber for treatment. No major injuries from any of these accidents. 1 service call, 1 public service assistance, 1 authorized controlled burn. We've had 2 smoke scares. These turned out to be just basically false alarms. They kind of smelled a little drift of smoke, and I think it was someone in the area burning. Burn permits approved. We had a total of 1 smoke detector installation, and 1 fire safety education. With the smoke detector installation, we still want to remind everybody in town that if you do not have a smoke detector, we do have a smoke detector program where we will actually come out and for free install a smoke detector. Now, we do not just give these away. We actually come and install them. The fire department, we put them in your home in the proper locations, give you some information regarding that smoke detector, some of its maintenance, care, and treatment. We usually give away 1 per residence. So if anyone is interested in obtaining a free smoke detector and having it installed, please contact us at 687-1218. And our shift supervisors and shift personnel will be glad to set up a time when they can come out and install that with you there and give you that information. Also, any fire safety talks that you may have for some functions, church-related type stuff, or different things that you may want to try and get some information out there, we'd like to encourage anyone to please give us a call at that number also. And another thing that we want to just try and mention to everyone, it's not as prominent of a situation here in our location of the state, but it is the beginning of the hurricane season. So we would like to try and encourage everyone to start trying to seek some information. We can help with that at the fire service. You can give me a call at 687-1238, and I can get you with some information reference to preparedness, both for yourself and your family, as well as also pets, animals, and some things you need to do to kind of get ready for that. In the past, we've been lucky not to have to do mass evacuations such as the coast when these hurricanes come around, and we're hoping that this season will be very quiet. But we have seen some large, pretty destructive hurricanes and storms in the last few years. So we are learning that it is very important for everyone to prepare and be ready for these when it does come time. So just be sure that in our area we have a large outbreak of severe weather, possible tornadoes, power outages, and stuff like that. So just some simple things we want to try and do and get people to start paying attention and get ready for that hurricane season coming. So other than that, that's it with the fire department for today.
I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Hypothetically, if there is a major event like an evacuation due to a hurricane coming through Eufaula, how important is the widening of 431 to moving traffic through Eufaula in an emergency?
Well, to comment on that, I know there's a lot of different opinions in town right now with the widening of the North Eufaula Avenue. Just speaking from a simple emergency services point of view, the extra lane would add more efficiency for the moving of traffic and vehicles, emergency vehicles. I mean, anytime you've got more lanes heading one direction, and the wider they are, the better. So, I mean, it could help in that. And like I say, there's different opinions on why it should and why it shouldn't. But just speaking from that point of view, yes, it would help that flow of traffic. And if you've noticed, if anyone's ever traveled closer to the coastlines, and I know specifically, I used to travel near the east coast of Georgia. There you'll see in the medians what looks like railroad crossing bars that comes down in front of you, the railroad track. Those are actually to shut off portions of the lanes going to the coast. That way they can divert and have many more lanes. So yeah, anytime you have kind of mass evacuations like that, and that's the thing to think about in our location with hurricane season. A lot of times we may not have to evacuate, but we may have to accommodate and assist many others. I remember back during the Katrina, we had hundreds of thousands of people from the South, even far as Louisiana, that actually came through Eufaula and actually stayed in Eufaula with some of the FEMA travel trailers and stuff at Lake Point and different places. So those things are possible for us that, we may have to deal with, but we just need to kind of keep us a plan of having our medicines ready, because we may not be able to get to a drugstore for some reason, power outages or something. So all those kind of different little things we just need to start thinking about and preparing for before we wait to the last minute. So.
Good morning, I'm Larry Hubby, Eufaula Police Department, and I'll be doing the crime report for the period of May 29th through June 2nd, 2014. In this reporting period, we had a total of 4 arrests and investigated 4 accidents. On offense reports, we had domestic violence, menacing Central Avenue, criminal mischief, Spruce Circle, fiber optic cable was damaged, and that's put the computers out, or internet out for quite a while. Domestic violence, Cherry Street. DUI with carrying a pistol without a permit on South Eufaula Avenue. We had a criminal mischief on Meadow Drive. A good bit of damage to a vehicle. $2,500 worth. We had property damage to the vehicle, Eufaula Avenue. We had assault 3rd on Eufaula Avenue. Theft of property, town center, a tag was taken. We had a rape, 1st degree reported, East Barber Street. We'll come back to that. We had a theft of property. A Maxima was stolen and it was recovered. It was not a stolen vehicle, it's unauthorized use, so that has been closed. And assault 2nd, Stevens and Eileen. We had someone report some gang graffiti around Macedonia Street. And we had a child needed supervision, needed to go to school. Criminal mischief, a window was broken. We had endangering welfare of a child, State Docks Road. I'm not sure what that's about. Had a runaway from Lucky Lane. The child was located and returned home. Had a reckless endangerment involving a juvenile, St. Francis Road. And it says riot, but it wasn't riot. The new computer program, it's more of a disorderly conduct. A bunch of students decided to get together and have a little stand-in and defy authority type thing. It was not like it sounds. And on the arrest reports, we have Jeremy Jenkins arrested, domestic violence. John Lear arrested for DUI and pistol without a permit. And on that, if you have a permit to carry a weapon and you're drinking, the permit is void. Okay. So everybody knows. Jeremy Robertson arrested, theft by deception. And that's it. And on the rape, that was reported early this morning, in active investigation. The victim and suspect are both from out of town. We'll get more into it by Thursday. We do have the suspect, detained at this time, and it's not something anyone needs to worry about. It's not a serial rapist or anything like that. They knew each other. They're from somewhere else and we're staying here. So it's nothing for the public to be alarmed about. And that's it.
Go ahead if you've got it.
Regarding the information taken on the painted gang symbols, what gang that is, Larry, or?
I just saw it this morning. I haven't seen the pictures. I think it was Pitchfork and something else. I don't remember. But we'll get into it, and if you'll ask me Thursday, I'll have more information for you.
It's not a crypto blood thing.
I don't know. I don't know. The answer to that question is yes, one of the two. I don't remember which one's pitchfork
Oh, really?
and
Just
which
one or two?
one's, yeah. We'll get into that.
Do you see much of that around, or?
No, we do not. And when we do hear something, we get on it with all our resources. That's one thing we won't hear and will not tolerate is violent gangs. There's a difference between groups of kids together and violent gangs. So,
The questions I've got don't concern these particular set of reports.
okay.
One of them is the signs that are going up all over 431 now, pro and con, about the four laning. Is there a restriction against those kind of signs inside the city?
I'm sure there is, but I don't know what it is. I guess, I don't know. Captain Watkins can better tell you what that would be. And or if you want me to find out, we'll address
Yes,
it Thursday.
that'll be fine.
I can do that.
That'd be fine with me.
But,
The other issue, and I started to bring it up once before, and I thought I misread it and then turned around and I said I didn't have it. There is a box on reports down at the bottom that checks to see when it's a gun violation. Something is happening, a gun is recovered, a gun is stolen. Where the federal government is supposed to be notified of that.
on the offense report?
Yes. And not offense, on the incident report, incident
It's an
offense, yeah.
report. Okay.
Down at the bottom, and it's supposed to be notifying the federal government it's either been recovered or stolen. Do you know why that those boxes aren't being checked here?
You talking about the NCIC?
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay, that's a computer-based program because the officers, when they take the report,
Mm-hmm.
anything to do with the firearms comes to me, and I'm the one that
Okay,
puts it in there, and I don't do the report.
right,
So I give them a copy of the report and put it in NCIC.
that's fine.
We have to make sure it's
Yeah.
actually stolen, and a lot of times they won't have a serial number. We have to have that to put it in NCIC.
Yeah.
So,
Appreciate it.
yep.
Where is that box, huh?
It's down here at the bottom, on the
Box
left-hand
number
side.
76 is the one he's referring to.
Yeah,
It's just NCIC, it's just, and they automatically check no. That way, when I get the report, I follow up on it. If they checked yes and didn't do it, I wouldn't have followed up on it and it wouldn't have got done. So that's why it's done.
Okay.
Those signs that went missing, I was out of town on vacation. Did you ever give any indication where they went, or?
No.
They were replaced real quick. That's what I said.
I didn't know they were gone.
They went back up real fast.
Yeah, they were replaced real quick.
Yeah?
Yeah, we,
And the one that I'm referring to, the pro, is Jimmy Cook's sign on the sign of the Walker Pawn Shop building over
Yeah,
the
I've seen that.
I
thing.
hadn't seen it.
It just went up this
All the
weekend.
ones I seen are ones against it.
And the one, and at first, I saw it at his shop over there where he sells used stuff at, over on Dale Road. And I went, okay. And then Sunday, I was driving, and I looked up and said, well, I know where it went.
I did find out Friday, late Friday afternoon, that there is a reward for information. And evidently, whoever has posted the reward is listed us as point of contact. We're not a point of contact for any reward offered by a private individual or group. That's no one here knew about it, and I had a lady call wanting to collect the reward, and I don't know what you're talking about, you know. And
So then she would have said she knew who took the signs.
that's what she said. Yes,
Yeah. Did she leave you with that info?
it's being investigated.
Yeah, so you do have a lead on it.
We got a bunch of leads, but whether it's going to pan out or true or not, I only like to advertise the ones that are real and true.
Yeah.
I just okay.
Doug Purcell and others are to $1,200, is it, I guess?
Well, on the report that he had on it, it said, 500, and I went, how in the world could that many signs just cost $500?
Yeah.
And that,
I don't know.
Yeah, you still gotta get somebody to pay a cash reward.
oh yeah, I'm sure it's Doug or his order.
$1,500 or something. It was-
I was heard it was a-
Now, I could believe that one, but on the report, at the last press, it said that it was $500, and I went, where are they buying their signs? I wanna get in line.
When that